Broadcast is live. Back on track.
I know.
Obviously, we're back on track. We're being consistent with our talks. I love it.
How today, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good. Well, I feel awesome today because, like I talk every week, I soup you up, but all my funds are in the right hands, and I'm very happy right now.
Yeah. Back to the bank today, straight out, right?
Yeah, it was a great relief. It was like, I've been sitting on this for like 2 years I've been talking about it. And it's just, and this is for people to realize that, nothing happens on your time. It'll happen, probably not the way you want it to happen in life, but when you have a goal set out there, or you have a purpose that you want to go for, you never let your eye off the ball. You keep striving, and sooner or later you're going to get what you deserve. And you just got to put that effort in. And a lot of people will just stop too short. That goes with their nutritional intake. When they're doing the Pro Arginine, and they do it for a little while and they stop it. It's all about consistency. I say the same thing with the workouts. I've just come across, like, at the end of the summer, everybody starts coming back into training. And my biggest thing for them is it's time to be consistent again, because in the summer, nobody's really consistent in the summertime. And the biggest drawback is people are like, oh my God, I didn't do anything. I gained weight over the summer. That's normal. But I always say September is the beginning of the new year. It's not January 1 for everybody. So remember, your kids are going back to school. Summer's over. It's start to get. Now, this is the time where I tell all my people, say, okay, I want you to tell me what your purpose is for training. I don't want to see a goal. Purpose. Purposely driven momentum is what you need. Goals are great. Sometimes you achieve them, sometimes you don't, but you have to be driven by a purpose. Like, why are you training the way you're training? What are you doing? What do you want to accomplish? I have some people say, well, I want to do 6 or 7 chin-ups. I want to be more defined. I want to reverse the aging process. Whatever your purpose is, you have to define it, and you have to make it that part of your life's work, and staying consistent. I have so many people that get to that point, they do so well, and all of a sudden, they feel like they arrived because they lost maybe 5 or 10 pounds, and then they go to shit with themselves, and then they're right back into what it's. They got to get off the roller coaster. Once you get the momentum driven, you lost the weight or you're getting stronger. Just keep it going. Don't take your eye off the ball. It's like people are saving money. Same thing, right? You have an investment going on. You're putting money away. Things are going great. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, things come up, and you stop doing the things you did to invest. You didn't put the same amount of money in each week. And then at the end of your life, you're like saying, fuck, how did I get here? And I can say that because that's what happened to me. I sat in all the meetings with you, and I learned all about investments at a very young age. Things happen along my life where I had to cash out on some mutual funds and cash out on some IRAs. And I probably shouldn't have done that. Actually, I know I shouldn't have done that. But 2020 hindsight, you feel like you're young and you had all the time in the world. But then all of a sudden, time catches up to you, and you're like, shit, wait a minute, I'm sitting here, I'm 50, and I think I'm still 25, and you're not. And, all I could tell people is consistency. Don't take your eye off the ball, and just trust in the process. Even though things might not be going your way at this point in time, trust that this too shall pass, and you're going to get ahead of it. And if you stay consistent, at the end, you're going to be like, wow, I'm so happy that I invested the way I invested, or I took care of myself the way I took care of it, because now I can reap the rewards.
So true. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens to you in life. It matters how you react to it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has challenges, and obviously some more than others. You and I have faced challenges in our life that millions of people would trade our challenges for theirs. There's people, I got some bad news this week. A family member who's your age, who's probably not going to have much more time to go. He's got a situation with some terminal illness, and you go, man. I mean, so you start to realize, like, what are your problems compared to that situation?
Right.
Like, everybody's got something. The difference between the winners and the losers are the ones that just, like you say, man, you consistently get back up.
Yep. You keep striving.
You and I both failed marriages. We didn't set out in life to fail at that, but it happened. So what do? Do we stop loving? Do we stop dreaming? Do we stop believing? No, I mean, man, 5 years ago, about 2014, 15, I mean, I looked like a deadbeat on paper, because divorce not only emotionally kills you, but as you know, it's a financial.
Yeah, it wrecks you.
It hits you, and house going up for sale, and I remember I was a mess, and here I was looking to rent an apartment 6, 7, 8 years ago, and I was like, listen, man, I look like a deadbeat on paper.
Yeah.
You have every right to look at me and say, yeah, no, I'm not renting my house. And the first person dogged me. Like the first person said, no, that's okay. It's all right. I know, you got references. I know some of the people Everything seemed hunky-dory until, a month or two later, guys like, hey, man, I didn't realize your credit's this bad. And I was like, bro, what part of deadbeat didn't you understand?
You understand, right?
And this dude locked me out. And I had a scramble. And like you say, consistency, never giving up. I had a scramble. I hit the pavement again. And I went and I took a place that was really not in great shape. I didn't care. First thing I said to the guy, I said, look, man, here's my situation. He said, that's all right. You show me your pay stubs. And, I even got a cosigner. I had to get adult man, right? I'm in my
right.
50s.
I know.
So it's credit score was horrendous. I mean, my credit score since is up 250 points since that point. The point, like you're mentioning, consistency and never giving up in life, no matter what hits you. And this is hard to say, but there's going to be probably 4 or 5 more devastating things happen to me and you than have already had.
Without a doubt.
It's scary. Like there's going to be death. Like I tell my kids, I said, you haven't experienced like close death yet. Your parents dying, your siblings dying, your best friend dying. I mean, those are, those in comparison to anything else you face, right? I mean, that's some serious stuff. So great points as always, bro.
Yeah.
We have a special guest today, brother.
Talk to me about him.
I figured, we break it up instead of just me and you all the time because, we get some death threats from some people comment and say, some people don't like you. Well, what can I say? Everyone likes me, of course. Some people don't like you.
Well, tell them to hit me up on my fucking DMs. Let me talk to them.
So what I say is that, listen, next week I'm going to try and get somebody that's more pleasant than Mike. And I said, and if it goes well, I said, maybe this guy can replace Mike permanently.
Well, hey, listen, and I didn't think our viewers were like this, but let's face it.
No, I'm busy. I'm breaking it.
I know.
Breaking it,
But
this guy,
you never know. Some of the world we live in is sensitive.
We're on the same page when it comes to that. But let me tell you how I met this guy. So, as you know, in late 2019 is when I discovered, or I was introduced to Synergy. And I jumped on a plane and I met Dan Higgins, toured the facility, and instantly fell in love, as you know, the whole story. I mean, you know the whole deal. In January of 2020, Dan sends me a text and says, hey, I'm meeting with a bunch of my leaders. I forget the date. Let's just say it was January 10th or whatever. He goes, I'd like you to come out and join us. And I was like, Mike, I was, I think at that point I made like $175 in Synergy. I had like 6 reps and maybe 10 customers, if that. And I'm like, this guy's asking me to come out, like to meet with like leaders of the company. So I was of course I jumped on a plane. I got out there and I met this dude amongst probably, I want to say there were a dozen leaders there. All of them, I would say if I had to guess, on average, they all had at least 10 years of service. I believe Robert's 15. He'll clarify. Dude that were in this, and I just admired this dude's energy. Like he stood out from everybody else in the place because you know how people, Mike, there's an energy that you pick up instantly on people.
Without a doubt.
And you just feel good, like you just want to be around that guy or gal. This guy's one of those dudes. So we met briefly, we talked, and then we became Facebook friends, and obviously we've communicated. And of course, what happened? The pandemic hit, right? The pandemic destroyed any momentum that we were going to try to establish. What had happened was in that early 2020, the plan was to create a system. Sound familiar?
Yep.
To everybody comes together, and we tried to put a program together, a simple, symmetric program, but it never happened because of the pandemic. And it was also the person that was involved in it, their spouse died, and it just got put on hold. So long story short is Robert and I kept talking, and we always, hey man, let's chat. And so he got wind of the app that's about to launch. Dan was gracious to share it with him, and he looked at the demo and he was blown away by it. And we talked today, and he's going to implement it with his group. Now he's got 2 businesses going. One here in the United States. He's got a team of folks here in the U.S., and then he's got a team overseas as well.
Wow.
So yeah, he's a great energy
pretty
guy.
Incredible. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, you're gonna want to be his friend on Facebook. He's just a positive dude, athletic, coached football, Mike.
Oh, awesome.
Coached football in college. Yeah,
wow.
BYU was
really.
Yeah. So, dude's a badass. He knows his stuff. I'm gonna bring him on now. Now, keep in mind, Mike, it's about 2:00 in the morning, and where he's at.
Oh, geez. Oh.
Yeah. So I asked him. I said, "Bro, you don't mind?" He said, "You know what I love about his answer?" He said, "I'll get some sleep. I'll set the alarm," and he goes, "Because it's important to me." Isn't that nice to hear? Like,
that's beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
Why do people?
We don't get that here. Yeah. Those are the people we want to surround ourselves with.
Because it's important to me.
Yep.
So I want to introduce you, Tim. I'm going to bring him on now. Robert!
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Robert.
Good night, Mike. What's happening?
What's happening, brother?
Middle of the night right here, up, hanging out with you 2 guys. I might wake up in the morning and think this is all a dream, but it'll be a good one.
It could be. Well, it's probably not the best dream you're ever going to have.
I was going to say, at least if it was going to be a dream with another 2 people, you guys would not be my first choice. You know?
I don't think so. I didn't think so. I had other thoughts in my head. Wasn't with either one of you 2.
Yeah. You guys doing good?
Doing good, man. So tell our audience a little bit about yourself. I kind of gave you a little bit of love, but don't be humble. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am humble. That's the thing. I'm probably the most humble person you'll ever meet.
You are.
No, I just kind of just piggybacking off what you said. I spent a lot of my time in the US. I came over as a teenager and went to high school and fell in love with football. Ended up getting the opportunity to play football in college, and then transitioned and was able to play professionally for a few years. And I got an injury, had to retire, and took up coaching. And I fell in love with the coaching part. I love the game planning, all the things that go on within that. But most of all was the opportunity to be around great people and be a part of what they're doing and create opportunities for us all to succeed. And that's kind of transitioned now into my synergy business. I've been around synergy for a while, and it's given me the platform that I want to make a difference in the world, really. You can make a difference in people and surround yourself with great people. You work like crazy, you do cool things together, and in the long run, everybody gets an opportunity to succeed. And that's what I love. I was sitting listening to you guys talk earlier on about staying consistent. And I don't know, it's a crazy world we live in right now where people are wanting this instant success.
Yeah.
They want to put forward minimum effort for maximum reward, right? And it blows my mind. It just blows my mind. And there's a great quote I love, and it says, "Stick to a task till it sticks to you. For beginners are many, but finishers are few."
Oh, I like that.
And we've got in the world, there's so many great opportunities that we have to surround ourselves with great people, to work hard, to put forth the effort, and see something cool really happen in the long run. And that's what I love about what we're trying to accomplish. You know, just for me in life, I'm trying to accomplish great things, but with synergy, I want to accomplish so many cool things with so many cool people. You know, I'm really excited about your app, Bobby. It's such a great thing. I think I would talk about a little bit of synergy. You know, it's the best kept secret, which blows my mind. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
No.
But now we have something that makes the sharing of that going to be really simple. And I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to kind of implement it and put it to the test and put it to work. Very cool.
That's great, man. And now, so tell Mike, you played professionally. See, I missed that. So tell us about your. I want to hear like what and the injury. So tell us what happened. What school did you go to? Where'd you play?
So I played. I love the East Coast. I played at ECU. I played at East Carolina down in North Carolina.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Well, it may not sound like it, but I'm actually a Southern boy. You know.
Oh, what position were you, Robert?
So I kicked and punted. I'd been a goalkeeper my career. So I kicked and punted. I played linebacker as well.
Okay.
But kicking and punting was my thing. I'm 6'3", 240 pounds. I'm not built like a kicker or a punter, but it was just something that was very natural. You know,
That's awesome.
I played linebacker, tight end, and things like that. But kicking and punting is where I kind of really excelled.
Wow.
And had the chance to play. I played in NFL Europe for a few years, and had a couple of different opportunities over in America, and got hurt. Went to camps, got hurt. But I do honestly believe it was all kind of preparation for me to get into coaching. You know, I wasn't the most talented, I wasn't the most athletic, but I wouldn't be outworked, and that's kind of where I learned those things, and kind of had the opportunity to get into coaching after that. I had an opportunity where I was heading out to a mini camp for a football team, and I was messing around with some friends playing kickball, and I tore my ACL, MCL, meniscus, PCL, totally blew my knee out.
Jeez.
That was me done after that, you know.
Yeah.
But these opportunities, we talk about it all the time. Like, our life has never been it's not a straight path.
Right.
There's so many different detours, and we either kind of let the situation or the circumstance define who we are, or we define ourselves through it.
Mhm.
And I chose to kind of take actions into my hands, and people might call it luck or the right place at the right time. I don't believe that's always the case. I think you create opportunities. I mean, the harder you work, the luckier you become, right? The more effort you put forward, the luckier you get. And I had the chance, ended up, you know, coaching at a high school in North Carolina, falling in love with that. And then I got the chance, I bumped into the head coach at BYU one evening and introduced myself. And before I knew it, I was a student assistant and grad assistant and coaching at BYU.
That's incredible.
BYU, Mike.
That's a hell of a story. That's a hell of a story.
It was unbelievable.
And now, when did the transition? So you've been with Synergy for how many years?
So I've been around involved in Synergy for over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, but really just kind of really over the last 5 or 6 years, really focusing on the business.
Yeah.
You know, the person that introduced the business to me, like, I've known Dan for a long time.
Sure.
And when I finished at BYU, I got an opportunity. I took another job down in St. George, coaching at a university down there, Dixie State. And Scott Brumfeld was the head coach, and gave me the job there. I was coached his linebackers. I was a special teams coordinator down there, and I fell in love with that guy, brilliant guy, one of the best human beings that's walking the planet. And it was him that introduced me to to the business side of Synergy, and it was really cool. I look back now and I really appreciate how he went about it. Yourself, you guys are involved in sport. Like you're coaching in college, it's a full-time thing. You know, you don't have time really to mess around with other things. But he was always doing little drops of the business. And now we construct our business the way we do things, like a installation of a playbook. We have, it's like training camp, but I wanted to get involved real quick, and he said no, he wouldn't let me because he didn't have time.
Wow!
To train me up, to help me, and I look back now and think, man, that was massive on his part, because investment is a huge thing, and he didn't have time to invest in me with that, and I appreciate that. So, kind of, he retired from coaching, and kind of things transpired the way they did, and then we got into the business, and it's been the best thing I've ever done. It's such a cool thing.
Now, Mike, just to some backdrop, Scott Brumfeld was also a professional football player, played for the Cincinnati Bengals, was a offense or defensive tackle?
He was an offensive tackle.
Offensive monster, like 6'8", 300 something pounds.
Jeez.
He's a monster. I feel like a 10-year-old boy next to him, man. He's huge.
And Mike, I met Scott my first trip out to Utah. Dan introduced me to him. He couldn't find a softer, like, I mean soft meaning like character. So
just a nice guy.
Just a gentle giant, a humble guy's made millions of dollars in Synergy, and you would never know it. He's just approachable, just a good dude. And he was friends with Dan. He suffered a serious injury, and the pros actually got partially paralyzed for a while, right, Robert?
Yeah, so he was playing for Cincinnati in Baltimore, actually, and was paralyzed. He was told he'd never walk again.
Oh, my God.
And he ended up coming back, and he ended up being one of the awards for being comeback player of the year, and he came back and played the following year.
Oh, my God, that's crazy.
In Baltimore the following year.
Wow, how crazy.
That's huge.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, man. Incredible. But yeah.
So you start to see like a trend, right, Mike? Like
a
guy like Robert, his story, Brumfeld, you and I we by the way, we never script anything. You and I just start talking.
Whatever comes to the top of the head.
Here we were talking about struggles and bouncing back. I have no idea that Robert's going to bring up Scott Brumfeld, and yet it's another amazing story of a guy whose life was just about over. I mean, if you're paralyzed, I mean, I don't know how
more
much
serious than that.
over you can get than that, right?
Yeah.
And yet he not only returns, but then he sees the Synergy business and becomes a multi-millionaire with the Synergy business. And this is what we have access to. We have access to people who have done this. We have access to people that have been through hell and have bounced back. And we have the same vehicle they had. Only Mike, I'm going to tell you right now, it's way better. I think Robert can attest to this, being that he's around for 10 plus years. I mean, the app that we put together I said this today, I believe, not only with Robert, but with another person. It's like we've always had the Lamborghini. We've always had the Maserati. But it's like the road we had to drive on was gravel or dirt. So you can't really, what are you going to do with a Lamborghini if you got to drive on a gravel path, right? It's like you're not getting the most out of it. Well, now, finally, we've got a clean, beautifully paved pathway with this app. And not only that, but we put a new engine in, and we even have a professional driver for you. You can actually don't have to even drive the thing. You're just going to sit in the passenger side and just do what we tell you to do.
Enjoy the ride.
Right? I mean, Rob, it's going to make a difference. And we're announcing a big kickoff Celebration out in Utah, the weekend of October 28th, 28th and 29th. We're going to do, we don't have the details worked out yet, but we're going to be celebrating the kickoff. We're going to do a Friday. For those that come out early, we're going to do a tour of the Synergy manufacturing facility. I don't have to tell you, Rob, how mind-boggling that is, right? You get people out to see the naked sunshine. Just opens up their eyes to realize, oh my God, what do I have at my fingertips? I have something that no other company has. You know, we do that. We follow that up with a training, basically maybe a 4 or 5 hour training powwow session on Saturday, and then Saturday night we just celebrate. You know, we have a launch party. We talk about, you know, the great things ahead. So I feel, Rob, that, and you tell me if I'm different. I feel like we're involved in a startup, but yet we're doing it with a company with 23 years of impeccable integrity, with a track record that's unbeatable in the industry. DSA, Better Business Bureau accredited, stellar customer service, right? I mean, we couldn't be in a better position.
I agree, and I feel the same way. I've kind of felt this way for the last little bit. We're just on the cusp of something it's just going to explode, and it's like going into partnership with one of the most successful business people ever. Right? We've got the best products, no question.
Yeah.
You know, and Pro Arginine is, well, it's unbelievable. It saved my life, literally. You know.
Now, Rob, you have two businesses. Rob, tell me, one in Europe and one in the States. How's that going?
It's going really good. You know, so I've got team members kind of all over the world, and
That's amazing.
Cool.
That's pretty impressive.
The cool thing about Synergy is we operate in 30 countries around the world, so you can and we distribute, we can ship. So if we're not limited to the local environment, you know, you build locally, but you can look globally. We've got so many opportunities, and I think what Bobby and I were talking about it today. Once the app kind of gets really up and running, then the opportunity to create that so that every demographic can use it is going to be so cool.
That's amazing.
And that's the thing. Like we talk about, you know, we were talking about the people in Synergy, the leaders in Synergy that have built massive businesses. That they did it without an app, or they did it without this, or that was then.
Yeah. Times are changing.
The world changed. You know, like you guys utilize social media. You can post something on social media, and somebody somewhere in Korea notices it like that and making comments. Somebody in America, I can do it in Scotland, and somebody in America notices it like that. The opportunity to shrink the world has never been greater, and I think that we've got something that if we don't utilize that, then it's shame on us, you know. And it's something that I've been excited about. You know, you and I talked about it today, Bobby. We've got something that I believe everybody in the world should have the opportunity here, and and it's such a cool thing. The shareability that the app provides is so simple, and it takes away the overwhelming of being a business owner. It takes away the stress of trying to figure out ways to be creative to share it. Just, hey, met you today. It was so great to meet you. Hey, this is a little bit of information about that stuff we spoke about. Boom, done.
Right. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And people get, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. No.
People getting over the fear of rejection or the fear of, man, what do I say here? What do I do? How do I word this? So boom, send. You know, and I also like the way it's a little bit editable as well. Not everybody speaks New Jersey, but you know, you can change a little bit to suit and this is the cool thing. What I really love about it, and I've been thinking about it a lot actually, is I try and do things in life. We're all the same, right? But we're different.
Yes.
We all need air to breathe. We all need sustenance. We all need to exercise. We all need the same things, but we're all different.
Right.
And you've created something that's very adaptable to different, and that's what I really like about it. And I'm fired up, really fired up. I'm actually trying to stay calm. There's people in the house here that I don't want to wake up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to subdue that.
You're getting all excited. You're not gonna be able to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm fired up here. Working 100 burpees when I'm done to tire myself out or something.
There you
But,
go. I like
but
that.
that's what I'm really, really excited about is the opportunity that it's going to give people that are just a little unsure of how to get going. It takes the worry, it takes the fear, the stress, whatever it may be, away from them, and that's going to be such a cool thing. And I think it's going to be actually. I was thinking a little bit after we spoke that could really help people in so many other areas of their life as well.
Yes.
To get out their comfort zone, to be able to share things. You know, it's people live behind this facade of social media where they build fake relationships or they put this fake facade. Well, what better way than to contact somebody legitimately, either email or text message, and build and create a relationship with somebody that you know you have something that can impact their life. It's awesome. It's really freaking cool.
So awesome, Rob. Really appreciate you taking some time out of your sleep schedule to come on, man.
Yeah, that's big. Thanks you so much for coming on to the show.
Mike, it's so good to meet you. Bobby and I have spoke a little bit about you in the past, and I follow you. And I mean, I'm going to have to start getting my shirt off and start working out as well. You got a bit of tan. I don't have that tan skin, but hey.
Sounds good to me.
You guys have to friend each other on Facebook. Mike, you'll
Definitely.
enjoy. Robert lives life, man. He lives life.
That's what it's about.
We've only got one, so why not? Why not?
Enjoy every second of it.
And he's a brander, Mike. He has a synergy. He's always got a synergy something on. Hat,
right,
shirt, whatever, pin. He's got it on, and he's always out there representing. So, Robert, thank you, brother. Really appreciate it.
Rob, thanks so much. It was great meeting you.
You too. And just with your weekend in October, I'm hopefully going to get back to the States probably in the next few weeks. So, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
If you're there, we'll both be there. We're gonna rock. We might cause some trouble in Salt Lake. Might be some police blogs out there.
Hey man, we gotta leave a message.
I know people. I'll make sure you guys are all right.
All right. Thanks, Robert. Love you, brother.
Take care. Love you guys. Take care.
Thank you. That's the kind of thing, man. You know, you get involved with people like this, Mike. That's the thing why I fell in love with synergy.
It's just like everybody that you've introduced me to, that's a part of the company has been absolutely amazing. I mean, there's not one person that I'd be like, oh, he's a little off. I mean, everybody's so giving, and you talk about surrounding yourself with like-minded people. We surround ourselves. You talk about like what are some of the keys to success, and that's what it is. It's like surrounding yourself with those positive people, not the doomer gloomers. We just heard somebody go through hell and back, and those are the people we want to be involved with. Those people are gonna, when you're down, they're gonna push you up. When they're down, we're gonna push them up, and that's what life's about. Creating that mastermind group that we talked about when we were younger. And that's what the most successful people were. They created this mastermind group, people from all different walks of life, backgrounds that had the same common vision of success for their own businesses, and they just fed off each other, and that's huge. It's key. It's key in life.
Because Z's never met Robert, but she's been to 2 synergy events. We won the trip to Miami and we won the trip to Costa Rica. And she said to me, she goes, I don't know if I've ever been around better energy people in my life.
Right.
Like, I love those people. She said, and they're all just, they have, like you see with Robert, it's not just like, listen, there's a lot of people that are successful, right? But some of them are douchebags. Some of them are arrogant. Some of them are, some people call me and you that, which at times we can fall into that category. You look at the synergy people, and the integrity is just off the charts. And that's Mike. I'm telling you, when I flew out to Utah, I had blinders on. I didn't look at a comp plan. Right. I knew pro-arginine was really good. I knew that. And primarily because of what you taught me about nitric oxide. You taught me 4 years before I saw pro-arginine that nitric oxide was important. And then when I really dove into how amazing of a nitric oxide supplement this was, I immediately said, Mike, that shit you told me about, 4 years ago, well, I just found the best one. And you were like, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
And then when you saw it, you were like, holy shit, this really, Bob, you said to me, this really is the best supplement
it is.
I said, Mike, and you were like, can we make some money? I said, listen, I'm going out to Utah. Hold the fort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me kick the tires. I want to meet people. Yeah. I want to get a feel. I want to fall in love with the people instead of what most of these jackasses in network marketing do. They fall in love with systems first. They fall in love with comp plans first. There's nothing wrong with falling in love with both. But if you do it first, it's no different than falling in love with a person based on the fact that they have money or their looks.
Yeah.
Fall in love with that first, and you worry about the other shit second. How many times does that blow up in your face?
Yeah,
right?
No, listen, you're right. 1,000,000% right.
So I get off the plane and I meet Dan Higgins and I fall in love instantly with the guy. And then he introduced me to guys like Robert and Scott, like he mentioned Scott.
You called me that. I remember you called me that next day. You called me that night.
I believe I called you when I was out there.
You called me that night. Yeah.
And I was like, bro, this is bigger than I thought.
You're like, Mike, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna sit on this for a minute. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like, we're making home right here. This is our home base.
And I said to you, I said to Dan, I said, I'm telling you right now, I'll never not be involved in synergy. I said, I didn't look at your comp plan yet.
Right.
I have no idea if it's even worth putting the time in. I really didn't know. But I said, I don't care. I love your message. I love the aura, the energy that you put together. It's real. Mike, there was zero rah-rah in that meeting. Now, to Synergy's fault, they could use a little of that. They could use a little oomph. And that's what we're going to do with this. I really believe that this app is going to revolutionize Synergy. I think 10 years from now, they'll talk about October of 2022 as the rebirth or for lack of a better term.
Right.
Because what I believe what's going to happen with this app, Mike, is that you're going to take a brand new person, like Robert said. They could be the caliber of Robert, yourself, or they can be a timid, shy person, and they could look at it and go, wait a minute, all I have to do is send 20 text messages that are pre-written for me, that already are coded to a video, that the video takes them to another step if they want, and I frequently ask questions, and all I got to do is figure out which category the person falls into. Yeah, are they a networker? Are they a doctor? Are they someone with health problems? Are they health conscious, or are they an athlete? So all you got to do is figure out which category they fit into, and then you share the prospective resource with that person, and it's pre-written. It's pre-written. Now, like Robert said,
can't beat that.
Same verbiage you could edit. You could cut a word out. You could personalize it. How me and you would say, yo, check this out. Somebody where he lives might be like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what they do. Mate,
I'm gonna be honest with you, Bob. I'm not personalizing it too much because I be honest with you, like I have a passion for it. I love it. But when you talk about the product and you love it so much, you know how great it is, and then you have some knuckleheads out there that are not following the protocol, and they're suffering. They have the high blood pressure, and they have the diabetes, and they have all these ailments. And I'm saying to them, and obviously I get fired up, and I'm like, all right, you fucking dumb. And then obviously that goes wrong, right? So now I don't have to worry about that. I can actually sit back and let that app do all the work for me, because that was that's one of my biggest downfalls. And that even goes to my home business as well. And I get that from my mom. Like she's the first. She used to throw people out of the fucking restaurant if they didn't like her food. Get the fuck out. Go try to go make it, but do better. That's what her philosophy is. I saw that. I was like, all right, you think you can do better? Go someplace else. But that's not always the best way.
No,
we know that. So it's great to have something that is a tool. That's what we didn't have is the tool. You said yourself, the website, everything was just so tough. It was so outdated. And just like Robert just said, it's a new time. It's a new time in life. The world is moving a lot faster. People want things easy access. And when they have one fumble and they can't get on this website or something goes wrong, they're like, all right, I'm not even bother with it. But now that's gonna be null and void. It's not even gonna be an issue anymore, which is huge.
It's gonna be solved because, like you said, the website is getting a whole makeover as well. It's gonna be like logging on to Amazon. So you're going to see the same interface as Amazon, and the customer is going to have the choice. The customer can sign up for a subscription for 1, 2, 3, or 4 months and get 10% discount, free shipping. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's stuff that I personally like. As I don't even like talking about that kind of stuff, right? I don't like to get into it as in depth, and it's going to be easy that something's doing it for you. That's what you want. I could tell somebody the benefits of it. But then, 3 packages, 4 packages, 5 packages. Sometimes you get caught up in that crap. But it's all done for you. And this is something that, you have great vision, brother. And that's, you talked about it for a while. I'm happy for you as well, because this is something that it's like your baby you've been working on.
Yeah. And you know what I love too, Mike? This is an underrated aspect of it. You put your customers in what we call an email campaign. So you put them in the campaign, and they'll get a series of emails. And it's coming from you. It shows up in their email, Mike Hurley. And It's like, hey, Bobby, just wanted to follow up and share this great article with you. Right. And it'll be whether it's a product campaign, it'll be a pro-arginine related or nitric oxide related article or PDF or video.
Right.
And they'll get that on day 2. They'll get it again on day 10.
Right.
They'll get another one on day 17. So they'll constantly be able to get it, even if they've already signed up as a customer, they still might enjoy the key. Listen, the key to any network marketing business, and this is the problem that so many idiots don't get. It's how good is your product and how great is it at retaining customers.
Yeah.
It's retention, right? Why is Pro-Arginine the most successful product in the industry? Because it's got like 6 times the retention level of any other product in the industry. 6 times. So, Mike, in order for me to make as much money with company X, right, their product, I got to sell 6 times more product with them in order to keep up with my Pro-Arginine, because their product is not retentive.
No.
It's not. People aren't staying with it. So the app will actually help you with the follow-up because you're too busy. We all have our own jobs.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll get notification, because I've been using the app. It's workable. It's not completed yet, but it's workable. And I'll get so-and-so clicked on the email. So the campaign's working. And Mike, there's so many other things to the app. You're able to put inside the app your calendar. So people can click on a button and say, hey, book a call with me. You can put your calendar in there. So boom, you'll get notification. John booked a call with you for 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Events can be plugged into the app. So you'll know whenever there's a Synergy Zoom, which we're going to do steady Zooms because that's the other thing, consistency, right? You always talk about
because this is key. Yeah. Yep.
We're going to support our people. And so we have a Facebook user who said it. I don't know who it is because it only says Facebook user. I don't know if it says KISS, and we know what that stands for.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
They call Occam's razor, like keep it simple. Don't make things difficult. And the thing I'm most proud of with the app is how simple it is to use and how I don't care what level of technology you possess. You can be a complete idiot where you barely know how to text. You do have to have a smartphone for this. You can't do this from a phone. But other than that, if you know how to send a text, I mean, you're going to have success. You're not going to fail. You're going to see success with this. Now, the level of your success is going to be based on you, right? How much credibility do you have, right? How much are you applying yourself when it does come time for you to speak? Because obviously, you're not just going to text and then not talk. Eventually,
you have to talk. Yeah.
So, but here's the other part. Like, if let's say you're a disaster at that, okay, just get on a three-way. Like, I know how to talk about progeny. So do you. So does Dr. Sandberg. So does Dan. So a brand new person who might not, hey, get them on the phone with us. We want to share. So, Mike, I'm telling you, the energy level that's going to come from this, the brand new people, they're going to say, wait a minute, I have the chance to share the greatest product possibly in the world. And people, I mean, come at me with something that you think is better. Like, is your product based on science that won a Nobel Prize?
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Is your product manufactured in a facility that's NSF certified, USDA organic certified, ISO certified, GMP certified, TGA certified? I mean, is it tested 262 times? Does it have a six? I mean, if your product can come in that, if you can play in that area, then tell me about your product.
Right.
But don't come at me and tell me your product's better. And plus, by the way, 3 clinical trials, including, Mike, the most comprehensive clinical trial ever conducted on a supplement. So please spare me with your wonder pill, with your magic potion that's going to make a fat fuck a skinny fuck in 8 weeks. Yeah. Please spare me. Spare me.
So now you brought it up. You lit the fire on that one. Now I reached out to that individual, and obviously they blocked me because I ripped. I told you I was going to rip them, right? So in my profession, because I love what I do so much, and I have so much passion for it, like it, and I take it a little bit personal when I see bullshit out there. And I see bullshit from bullshit trainers telling you don't have to do this, you have to do that, don't eat this, eat that. And it drives me insane. I just want to go out there and bash the whole industry sometimes because, it's hard work to do whatever you have to do for success. Nothing good comes easy. We just got finished talking about that. But I reached out to that person that you said, and I let him rip it. I gave him my little background, and then I went into like, you show me, you tell me, give me your educational background on this product alone that they were selling. Again, I think I said you, I will challenge anybody on this God-given earth of my own personal knowledge about health and wellness and exercise, especially. Don't tell me about. There's no pill out there. I saw that's going to make you lose 15 to 20 pounds by fucking Halloween. Unless you get scared shitless. That's about all you're going to do. And, like, you're going to lose this fucking weight. I'm sorry for cursing. No, I'm not sorry for cursing. And you're going to lose all this weight, and without working out, without exercising. That is virtually impossible. You're selling people false hope. They don't even really know what they're putting into their body and their system. And down the road, you're just giving people this false sense of security. And it wears the person's credibility. Like, and, the fact that they blocked me and didn't even respond goes to show how they don't even have any real reassurance about their product because they don't want anybody else to see it because they can't combat it. So when you can't combat something, you run and you hide from it. Yep. You got to hide underneath a rock, and you want to block people so they don't expose you. That's the worst. They're a coward. That woman is a coward. And I saw her like, dude, maybe you should take a dozen pills because you're a fat fuck yourself. Like, I don't know what she's fucking selling because look at her, she's chubby. It's ridiculous. You can't sell something that you're not even, you don't even look and play the part. Oh man, dude, you had me fired up. Sorry. Yeah. Because I put a lot of work into what I do. People that I train, they work hard to take those 10 or 15 pounds off. It doesn't come easy. Somebody's they're gonna take this pill, it's gonna work. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's troubling, man.
It is troubling. But we're here to expose it all. And you know, we start one step at a time. You know, I want to be positive, but when I hear shit like that, I have to rip right into them. I got no time to waste.
Oh, and from your perspective, it's one thing, and then so you take that perspective, and I get angry at the other perspective. What you're doing to people, that you're selling people who are in need of an extra stream of income, that want to hustle, good people, and they're believing in your bullshit.
Yeah.
They're believing. Oh my God, this could be amazing. And they start to dream, and they start to feel like, oh, maybe I could pay off this debt. Maybe I could, and they get all excited. And for 3 or 4 months, they might make $300 or $400 like in the first month. This is what these companies do.
Yeah.
They load you up with early commissions, and you end up getting yourself. And then you brag about it. I was in the business 4 weeks. I made $700, and I'm like, you think that's a turn on?
No.
You think it's a turn, because I can tell you for a fact, there's a company called Mona V, as we talked about, where people made over $100,000 in their first 6 months of that business. Mm-hmm. Mike, I don't know if you know, but that company has been gone for years now. If your goal was to hit and run, so be it. You and I used to be single. Well, and you still are, maybe. I don't know what the hell you got going on, but I don't consider myself single, even though I'm not married. A lot of other people breaking my balls. But in my single days, yeah, I mean, it was a hit and run type, and not in a disrespectful way, but it was like if I was on a date. There was no intention of doing anything long term. It was, let's have a nice time. We'll go out. Whatever happens. But it was like there was no. I need to set a foundation. No, I didn't give a shit about that. And in these networking guys or gals that are doing this shit, that's all they care about, man. They want the initial hit. They want to get the money up, get the rah-rah, and then there's no foundation afterwards. And meanwhile, dozens of people are believing in you, thinking that this shit is gonna fly, and
which is sad. Like, you know, you all you have is your word in life, and sooner or later, again, people are gonna smell you out when you bullshit or not, and that's what it. And you know, like for me, it's funny you say like I don't know where you're like I don't know where you're at. You know, this is my main focus in my life right now. And there's the only thing. I was take care of my daughter. And the second thing is building my business up and building my network up, because I'm 8 years from retirement. I got no time to be playing around. I got no time for distractions. I want no distraction at all in my life. And you can't take your eye off the ball. You know, when it's all said and done, my happiness unfortunately comes from, you know, my health, my fitness, my family, and my wealth. I'm not gonna lie. I've got to go back to where I know what works for me. And I know what only works for me is just fucking put my head down, grinding out. And when I look up and I have all that money saved up like I need, I'm good to go. And I'll fucking go and do what I have to do. But that is what people should think about right now. If you're in our stages of life, in your 50s, you should be thinking about, how am I going to retire? How am I going to live my life? How is it going to look? Am I going to be healthy? Because you got to do it healthy. And how successful am I really going to be? There's no price to put on it. I mean, you go out. I was shopping for cars even, over the weekend, and let's face it, they're out to rip you off, these car dealers. If you don't have the direct capital, you're going to get taken advantage of. So don't go out there and buy a car or buy something and finance it, because you'll be paying out of your ass for it. If you don't have the fucking money for it, don't spend your money. Keep saving it. Save it until you can pay something out right, without any financing, without borrowing from the bank. Yeah, is that hard? Well, nothing good comes easy. Suck it up. Don't cry about it. Fix what you have driving and go get your job done. And that goes for anything in life. If live below your means. These people, some people, they see something. I think I deserve it. It's like a cheat day. I worked all week long. I deserve a cheat way. Well, you take a look in the mirror. If you're happy with what you look like, then you take your cheat day. If you're not happy, then don't take your cheat day. You don't deserve it. You used all your cheat days up. Same thing with your finances.
You used your cheat years up.
Dude, some of these people, they can never cheat for again in their life. Fuck.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. Well, like you said, you destroyed your body for 30 years.
And now you want a cheat day after a week of working out.
Yeah, you got
you fucking kidding me?
And believe me, I'm a big fan of cheat days, but that's because, and for me, it's all about. For me, I know where I'm at and where I want to be, and I know that I'm in good shape and I do the right thing for most of the week. So I want to have my Saturday, Sunday and by the way, not every Saturday and Sunday is a cheat day, but if I feel like it, I just let it go because I know I'm going to put the work in.
Yeah, got to put the work in.
I'm going to put the work in Monday and Friday.
People say, but I'm tired. You don't understand, Mike. I'm tired. So let me explain you. I'm going to explain it real easy. You're going to be tired and fit or tired and fat. Either way, you're going to be fucking tired, dude. So I'd rather be tired, fit, and feel good, the way I look, than be tired and be a lump and fat and can't fit into my clothes. And, come on. Like, seriously, do it not only for yourself, for your family, your loved one, whatever, because nobody wants your fat ass on top of them when you're having, fooling around with your girl. And then the same thing with a girl. Nobody wants a fat blubby on top of you. No, we don't want that. You go and get yourself in shape. You deserve it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to run off on a tangent.
Good shit, brother.
All right.
Thanks to Robert G for coming on. He was a great guest.
Thank you so much. Yes, he's a great guest.
And we'll get back at this. I figure we'll try and do this again. What do you think, Michael?
We can't stop it, brother. I ain't stopping it. I know you do your little talks on the side. I do my little talks on the side as well. But I love our Tough Talk Tuesdays. It's always fun.
I love you, man.
All right, brother. Peace out.